All right, this is a tutorial on how to replace the LCD screen for a Toshiba Satellite L755D. This is the computer right here. First thing you need to do is to remove the power cord, and then we need to remove the battery. Flip it over and pull out the battery. Set that to the side. And then open it up, and what you want to do to make sure that you have removed all of the power charge is to hold down the power button for about 30 seconds. Alright, so now we are ready to begin the process of removing the old LCD screen. First thing you need to do is you need to remove the 4 plastic screw covers here, 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 and here. So I use an X-Acto knife or any other sharp object to pull them off. Get at the 4 screws. Taking a Phillips head screwdriver, you now will remove these 4 screws. Like to use a pair of tweezers, especially if your fingers are a little too big to grab onto them. Now we need to remove the bezel, which is this plastic piece that is covering this. So I will use a plastic covered paper clip to get into there to be able to pop that off. And then you can use any sort of, I'd use plastic cover like maybe a guitar pick or something along those lines. So we've taken it all the way off, all the way around, but it is still attached here at the hinges. I will then use tweezers or screwdriver, and you want to be able to move and pop this part off so that the whole thing will actually come off and you can get to the mechanical parts inside. So you see how you've taken off these. So set this off to the side. So now we have the two. This is now sort of the 2 parts. You have the part that has the LCD screen and then the back cover. And we want to be able to separate the 2 of them. So there are 4 screws down here at the bottom that we need to remove. And so now your screen is here, and this is separate. Now, it is still attached, and you need to be careful about that. This is the webcam, and so we need to, so that we can get to this, we need to disconnect this cord. So it is a straight connector here that just pops out. So now this can just lay down flat, and you now have access to the LCD screen. So the next thing that you want to be able to do is, at least what I will do, is to disconnect the video cable to the screen itself, which is right here. There is tape here, and so you want to be very careful and lift that off. And then this connector here is a slide connector, so you want to slide it away from you if you have it this way. So we just grab here and we just disconnect. You can see that connector right there, and then that can just go off to the side right now. Now we have the LCD screen that is still connected to these brackets that are on the side, which is now what we need to remove. But that's the last part that is connected to the screen to the machine. So there are, as I said, there are 4 screws. and can be removed. So we then, that's the old one, set it off to the side. Here are these brackets. You then have your box, the new one that's been shipped to you. Here, be careful. So here it is. Bring it out. Here's the new one. Go ahead and there are different ways of doing it. I like doing it like this because that way I don't have as much difficulty. Make sure that you don't get your tape underneath the bracket. It will make it more difficult to remove the covering if you do that. Breaking things. Okay, now we need to reattach the video cord. So this is where it goes. We just reverse the process, and you want to make sure that you seat it really well. So get it close there, and then push, making sure that it is completely seated and there's not a gap. Now what we need to do is we need to reattach the video cable that goes up to the web camera, and that goes right into here like that. It will snap in. And now we need to attach this screen to the back cover. So we bring this back up to here, and we're going to reattach the 4 screws that are down here. Now what we need to do is we need to put the front bezel cover on. This is when you do need to remove your plastic covering off of the LCD screen. Like that. Put your cover on. Make sure that you get these underneath the hinges, and then it will snap in. Make sure you get the bottom parts too. And now you can take your screws and screw them back into the 4 corners. You can then also put the black plastic covers back onto the 4 corners of your computer. And now what we need to do is power it back up. So first things we do, reinstall the battery. There's the battery, it's reinstalled, and we can plug in the power, and then we turn it on. And there you go. You have replaced your screen on your Toshiba Satellite